Well, my name is Deng Awak. I'm originally from South Sudan. I immigrated to Canada in 2001 and been here for quite a bit now. I guess, grew up in Brooks, which is in Alberta, a little small redneck town. And yeah, I just moved around a little bit for basketball and just recently finished a Bachelor of Sociology with a minor in accounting, and now I'm just working on wHy projects. Currently I'm working on a fashion show. It's gonna be launched in the spring of 2018. Bringing together a lot of creative people to bring awareness to the project and what's going on in South Sudan at the moment. I went home for a year after I graduated, and just to be around family, because while I was in school with basketball there's always a lot of traveling. You don't get to spend that much time at home, so I played basketball for 5 years in university, and the longest I guess I would stay home with my family for the holidays would be a week. And so, I was like, alright, I need to be back home for a while. So I was at home for a bit, and just, when I was at home, my dad would always watch South Sudan TV, which just shows everything that's going on back home with the agriculture, with the growth of the country, because the country is brand new. They just gained independence in 2011. So I was watching that, and it was really interesting because nothing was being done. I'd always just see people, it would be like 10,000 people died this week just alone from starvation. And I'm just thinking to myself, why? That makes no sense. So I decided to do something about it, and that's kind of where wHy projects came along. I want to help. I want to help South Sudan. I want the genocide to stop. I want people to stop dying. I want people to stop going hungry. The main goal is for the project to be there and having a big part in stability of the country. Well, the long-term plan, maybe 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from now, is to be in South Sudan on the ground floor doing something there, because I know some friends personally that were born in refugee camps, right? So like, for example, one of my friends right now, she's gonna become a lawyer this upcoming summer. So she was born in a refugee camp and she got out of there when she was 8, and she went through everything, and now she's doing really well. So what I want to do is I want to have the wHy project symbol as something that can be memorable, something that can be exciting for people in those camps, in those areas. Because I remember she tell me stories, she sees like the Red Cross or UNICEF coming along. It brings hope. It brings, there's food coming, there's supplies, right? Everybody gets excited, and if we can do that with the project someday, that'd be really awesome. My past self wouldn't even know who I am now, like when I was younger, I had an ambitious goal. I really wanted to be in the NBA. That was my main thing. Basketball was my thing. I barely went out and hung out with friends, did nothing besides just be in the gym. Like, I'd be in the gym for 7, 8 hours a day, right? So that's something I really wanted to do, and I guess circumstances of things and meeting different people and different routes, I got led to this. No, not at all. Just growing up, and like in Brooks, it was either your parents worked in the oil field, or either, your parents worked at the meat packing plant, or either your parents just had money from whatever, right? So it was three different groups of people, and we, like, for example, growing up with all the kids, it would be us, like our parents didn't have much education because we were immigrants, they'd be working the meatpacking plant. And then all the other kids, they had money, their parents, would give them everything. So we saw that, and we saw that as privilege, because at any point in time, if they wanted to go like to Calgary for a weekend to ski or whatever, they could do that. If they just wanted to learn how to do karate, just the simplest things that kids get to do, we couldn't do because our parents didn't have the money. Rather than ask them to do that, it just wasn't there. That's a good question. Privilege is more in the sense of like being able to do what you want at any given point without having to really think about it. I think it's something everybody wants to do, but nobody really does it. You'd be on Facebook or you'd be on Instagram, you'd see a video or you'd see something and you get really excited or you get really sad and you're like, oh wow, this is this is a terrible thing, and then you have your moment, but then you just scroll on to the next thing, right? So it's something that everybody wants to be a part of. Everybody wants to make a change, do something great in the world, and be a part of something, but I don't think people really want to commit and stay with it. So like I've known a few friends that we talk about, I guess, things going on in South Sudan in particular, or anywhere else in the world, and you're like, oh, I wish we could do something about this, and I'm just thinking to myself, why not, right? So yeah. I think social justice is like more of a collective thing, right? Because just even like looking at the word itself, it's just like bringing people together to do something great. So one thing I found out that took me a while to find out, you can't achieve anything great by yourself. You need people, regardless of somebody that you love, a friend, a business partner. You need somebody in some kind of way, or you need a group of people, and it can help with bringing ideas together, different backgrounds, and it just helps with everything, right? So, social justice is a collective thing that. Oh yeah, definitely. Like right now, I can think of one of my young friends. This one kid I've been mentoring for quite a while now. I call him BJ. He's had a tough childhood. His parents weren't together for some time. His dad's back home in South Sudan. He's actually in the army right now, so he's dealing with that, and just not having that family connection has been difficult on him. And he has 4 siblings. And he's been the older brother kind of thing, but he's young himself. He's 21 right now. His birthday was just a couple days ago. Yeah, with VJ, he's a tough guy. Right now, he's focused. He's training on trying to get a basketball scholarship. He's doing great and I've been helping him with that. And he's back in Lethbridge, just living with my family and my brothers right now, which is great for him. And yeah, I'm just trying to help him out the best I can, but. He's just a really, really great kid, and like a great inspiration overall for the project, because it shows all these young South Sudanese youths and South Sudanese kids that have so much potential to do so many great things. It's just a lot of them don't have opportunities to do all these things. And with why projects here, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build awareness, trying to build a community, build a niche that could help in one way, in small communities here in Canada, but also at the same time back home in South Sudan. At the moment, you can visit the website whyprojects.ca and purchase some of the sweaters, shirts, toques, just all kinds of gears and swag there. All the proceeds will go towards the fashion show fundraiser the spring of next year, 2018. And please follow and share on all our social medias, on Instagram, Facebook. We're getting Snapchat soon, and yeah.
The goal of the project is to have a big goal.